Welcome back for some more undisputed news, rumors, headlines, reviews, and more. This is WWEKhanToolz, and welcome back for the weekly review. Alright, so for Raw and SmackDown, this is the review. So for Raw, October 27th of 2014, we got some highlights. I've got some highlights, the winners and the losers for Monday Night Raw, and who I thought really did make a really big impact in this week's Raw show. Be doing the same thing for SmackDown, but let's get started for Raw. Alright, so pretty much let's just get into the highlights of what really happened. So we got straight on to the match cards for Survivor Series. We already got a huge traditional Survivor Series tag match announced with Team Cena versus Team Authority. We got Mark Henry turning heel and betraying the Big Show, establishing himself as a winner by completely betraying the fans and turning his back on the fans. And we got that. We got two winners actually. I thought John Cena and Seth Rollins put on a hell of a show, put on a really good main event that made the crowd get at the edge of their seat. So that was a really good main event that I enjoyed watching. Excuse me. We also got some great we got some losers as well. I thought Alicia Fox was a bit poor at this show. She got really after standing by Paige, she stood by Paige and no one else would, and she made a simple mistake at Hell in a Cell that made her established as a loser and really got a beat down at the hands of Paige. So that's something, and she might be a babyface now, but that's something that is pretty much unfortunate for her. We got a winner, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler has established himself as a tag partner for John Cena, so them two will be in the traditional tag match in 4 weeks. So that's something that is going to be good for Dolph Ziggler. We got Cesaro being a loser, after really putting on a great match of Dolph Ziggler. He finally appeared to be back on his way, to relevance. And he kind of snapped back to reality, and he was beaten and brutalized by Dean Ambrose, treated like a common jobber, and really got, people thought that he'd be pushed up, but now he's just completely gone down. And it really makes no sense because, why continuously put him down and affect the credibility he has with fans when he could be so good. He could be going to the long-term success of the company. It just makes no sense, to be honest. We got Ryback being a winner as well. He made his return and gone back to feed me more chance. He's gone back to that behavior now, and he never really stopped believing in himself as a headliner, but something that could be seen in a way that could he carried himself while a member of Ryback's with Kazakh. Now he has a second opportunity to climb back to the ladder in the company, and it'll be up to the creative team to not let him down, or probably to really just push him up. We got another one. I thought Randy Orton finally, unleashed months of frustration over his role with the Authority, and the backseat he took to Golden Boy Seth Rollins by dropping him with an RKO, which earned him a huge pop from the fans. Raw, and really a babyface Orton really should prove to be more effective than the boring, undefined heel character that Orton star has portrayed over the last year and I think it's going to freshen him up, to be honest. I think something that is absolutely necessary at this point right now, and it kind of begins the rivalry with Seth Rollins that could result in some outstanding in-ring performances. So that's what we got for the highlights, but let's just get straight into it, deep into it. I think but really I thought that was some great moments from Raw, to be honest. We got Orton turning his back on the Authority. We got Cena, Team Cena versus Team Authority, after Stephanie McMahon actually asked Cena to turn heel and join the Authority. Cena said that he would never do that, and he's never gonna be a sellout, but right now he still is, to be honest, in my opinion. And the fact that he is doing the same old moves, he's not really being more creative in his wrestling in his wrestling skills right now. He's not really doing much, but you got to admit he is working hard. He is really working hard, and the fact that he is still doing that, it gotta respect him a bit more. But that's something that Cena we got to look forward to. The main event at Survivor Series, Team Cena versus Team Authority. That's exactly what I predicted, but not really the participants is what I wanted to do. But you can check that Survivor Series match cards out in the previous video that I put out yesterday. But yeah, that's something. And yeah, we got Team Cena versus Team Authority. We also got Ryback coming back, which was really good. I thought that was great for him to come back as Feed Me More. We also got a heel turn from Mark Henry. While it was Big Show and Henry versus Gold and Stardust. When Mark Henry at the end wanted to tag in by Big Show, really Mark Henry got really frustrated, so he did the well strong slam on Big Show and just grabbed Stardust and made him pin the Big Show. And still the reigning defending tag champions Gold and Stardust. So pretty much we can pretty much get from that is that Mark Henry can join Team Authority and Big Show can join Team Cena, or even Gold and Stardust can join Team Authority as well. So that's something that we got as well. And yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see next week, or even this Friday, or even pretty much when we were talking about for the SmackDown review. But yeah, we got that pretty much. Wasn't a great match as I'd say as I would have expected. Because Big Show and Mark Henry are not one of the greatest in-ring performers, but when it comes to facing lightweights like Goldust and Stardust, but they are really working hard right now. But that's not a really good match that I'd say for a championship match. But yeah, we got that, to be honest, but not very entertaining. So pretty much I'd give that match a 2 out of 5 stars. Wasn't very entertaining at all, but yeah, I think it was a decent show tonight. I thought the main event was great with Cena and Seth Rollins. Pretty much what I'm gonna start doing from now on with these reviews is not just go in order into talking about what happened in order show by show. I was going to talk about random things at random times and just talk about it and really point out the big events that happened in that show and the big moments that occurred. So that's how I'm going to be laying out these reviews differently, especially Raw. I'm not sure about SmackDown because SmackDown's taped, and I'd like to give out the review for SmackDown early for the subscribers. But that's something that we've got to really look forward to. But another really good backstage segment that I really was interested, that Dolph Ziggler actually asked to be on Team Cena, and really Cena shook hands with Dolph and got it confirmed. That we couldn't really hear what was being said, but we got it that Team Cena will have Dolph Ziggler as well, because Dolph Ziggler is one of my favorites in this very company. He is gifted, he is talented, he is great, he is a former champion. He is a former champion, but he's also a future rising star, and that's what I want to see. Dolph Ziggler completely owning this company and really stealing the show just like he does. I think by now a possible entrant for Team Cena could also be Ryback, because Ryback has gone back to Feed Me More, and he could possibly join Team Cena after. I mean, I'm not really sure about this because Cena and Ryback had their feud, but I think it's probably over. It is over, definitely, just like last year. But I think if Ryback is a face, then he can go back and go back to Feed Me More and also go on Team Cena. So that's what I want to see. We got a lot of information from Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt, with Ambrose completely standing on the announce table while cutting a promo, and also while his match was with Cesaro. Cesaro was completely like a common jobber, really just no attitude or no personality, just staying in that ring, not really having any of the aggression of why Ambrose is not fighting him. But I think they needed Ambrose to really rise above Cesaro for this. That's why he really did attack Cesaro a lot. So really Bray Wyatt has come out and the announcers are talking, and really the fact that Bray Wyatt doesn't really care how what Wyatt really did, but Bray Wyatt, what he did was pretty much the fact. I mean, it's the same type of explanation that Bray Wyatt said for John Cena, but really Bray Wyatt thinks that Ambrose is a huge monster inside him, so it's the same type of storyline as to John Cena, but Dean Ambrose is the lunatic fringe, and really the fact that Bray Wyatt is completely correct, but the fans wouldn't really want to agree with that. They would want to see Ambrose beat the hell out of Bray Wyatt, which is really good, which I want to see. But it is pretty good segments that we get from this show, so it is pretty interesting. But yeah, we got Nikki Bella really winning a match against Naomi, and the fact that Brie would enter the ring and raise Nikki's arm, but really is not happy to do that. So Brie is still the personal assistant of Nikki Bella, but we got to the main event where really it was really good. I thought the main event was great. It was pretty unpredictable of when and what for finishing moves and how reverse they were. So it was a good main event. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't a great match, but it was a good match. It was a good main event that we'd see for a weekly show like Raw or SmackDown. But it was good enough. I thought it was decent. I thought it was good. But yeah, that was it, to be honest. But John Cena won by DQ because of Kane coming out and really just attacking Cena, and after the bell, Rollins and Kane would beat on Cena until Ziggler would come out, attack Rollins and Kane, and then the entire locker room completely just runs out, and really it's like a Royal Rumble battle royal type of thing, but really they're just completely fighting each other. That doesn't matter if they're out of the ring, they're just completely beating the hell out of each other, and we see John Cena standing up and looking in the eyes of Triple H and the rest of the authorities. So that's what we see, and yeah. So that was Raw, and let's go on to SmackDown, the 31st of October. So anyway, the show started off with the Big Show kicking off and getting a yes chant from the crowd. So you can um, pretty much predict that Big Show is a huge supporter of Daniel Bryan, and he also gave some information about Daniel Bryan, saying that he needs another elbow surgery, and the fact that he even made a video of the crowd saying yes and sending it to Daniel Bryan to support him of his comeback. So that's something that we got. And then we got a Divas Halloween costume battle royal where Brie Bella was not really in the match, but Nikki Bella got the win, and Nikki Bella taunted AJ Lee, who was on commentary. And after the match, Paige was dressed as Summer Rae, and there was some good apparently there was some good comedy in this after post-match segment, to be honest. Then it was Seth Rollins, Kane, Joe Mercury, and Jamie Noble coming out for a promo talking about what really happened at Hell in a Cell and who'll be next and who they catching out. They probably talked about if they're going to be in Survivor Series or not, but more updates on that. I'll be pretty much stay tuned for this channel. I'll probably make another video on that. We got Kane defeating Dolph Ziggler in a non-title match, and then Rollins attacked Ziggler and beat him down after the match. And pretty much Mercury and Noble actually join in on the beatdown to Ziggler, and then Ziggler is forced to face Rollins, where Rollins quickly defeats Ziggler. I have no idea what the point that was, but probably something like that. Then there was Ryback completely squashing Heath Slater, who was dressed as a scarecrow. So we got the big push for Ryback again and again for his debut. It's like a debut of Ryback, but hopefully we'll see some more bigger opponents for him. And it was Miz TV with Damien Mizdow, and The Miz was next, and there was a lot of pumpkins and Halloween decorations set up. Mark Henry was their guest, and the fact that Henry was ripping Big Show, leading to Show making his way out, and then they end up brawling, and Henry sends Show crashing through the barrier. So really, we got Mark Henry coming out as unstoppable once again. Then we got Los Matadores. Los Matadores. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but anyway, they defeated Golden Stardust in a non-title match. So we gotta figure out how they did this, because I have no idea. And they had I think that's probably fair and square. Maybe they could be the next opponents for Golden Stardust if they have a championship match at Survivor Series. Then we got Rusev defeating the Great Khali, and the fact that Rusev is coming for Sheamus, and he is going to be the next US champion. Then it was the main event, Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose in a trick-or-treat street fight match. And there were pumpkins and other decorations all around the ring, and that Ambrose was great in this match and put pumpkins over Cesaro's head. Ambrose got the win, and this apparently was said to be a very fun match that we got from these two opponents. So apparently we got a decent show. It wasn't very entertaining, but yeah, I think a lack of entertainment for Raw, especially SmackDown. But yeah, we got that. For SmackDown, I give it a 2 out of 5 stars, and for Raw, I would give it 2 out of 5 stars as well. But yeah, that's what we got, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and spread this video around. Peace.